Good morning, everybody. I'm Chris Shaw.
And I'm Amy Wegman. This morning, we are following the reopening of beaches 5 months after Ian and the effects that red tide is having on people returning to those beaches.
Yeah, Bonita Beach Dog Park is one of those beaches that just reopened this week, but it's also dealing with dead fish from the red tide. Here's a look at the harmful algae bloom from earlier this week in both Collier and Lee counties. The Colusa waterkeeper posted these pictures to Facebook, and we know the red tide can hurt wildlife. We've seen it firsthand. We also know it can cause respiratory issues for people as well.
Yeah, and as we continue to track red tide across southwest Florida, we've seen fish kills this week in portions of Lee County. But the question now is, will there be more fish on the beach when the sun comes up? So we want to continue our coverage on Sanibel Island. Specifically, we're going to go to Bowman's Beach, which is on the northern side of the island, a little closer to Captiva.
That's where Fox 4's Alexandra Rangel is live right now. So, Alexandra, now that the sun is up, what are you seeing and maybe smelling out there?
Chris and Amy, this is one of the biggest fishes I've seen since I've been covering red tide for the last several months. And you can see this fish that's right here along the shore. This definitely is the biggest fish I've seen. Last week we saw some similar size fish down in Naples and Collier County. But this is what it's looking like along the shore here on Tarpon Bay Beach. We are seeing some fish showing up, also some smaller fish. And these are the impacts that we're seeing across southwest Florida coast. In fact, the moderate samples start all the way north in Sarasota and continue along the coastline down to Marco Island. We went to Bonita Dog Beach that just reopened this week for the first time since the hurricane. Pet owners showed up only to find the park may be open, but they're not letting their dogs in the water.
It's terrible. I mean, they're even saying it could be worse than 2018. I was here Sunday. There were a few fish. There were a few of us out there, but seeing how it is right now, it's just terrible, and who knows how long it's going to last.
Will last, but all signs are showing that it could intensify as we get closer to the warmer months where some of the conditions are best for algae growth. Now, I'll be here throughout the morning to continue to monitor the conditions, but I will say that I am feeling some slight irritation in the throat, also the nose. And you know, everyone's sensitivity is different. And my cameraman, Sean, says he feels like he wants to throw up right now. And I mean, we are seeing a lot of wind gusts right now, but we'll continue to be here throughout the morning. For now, reporting live from Tarpon Bay Beach, Alexandra Rangel, Fox 4.
Alex, sorry to hear about all that. Please stay safe out there. One of the things that we can do with our technology here at Fox 4 is kind of track hour by hour how the red tide is moving and forecast it for the rest of the day. So let's bring in Fox 4 certified meteorologist Trent Eric to continue our team coverage. Trent, take us through what you can see for the next few hours.
Sure. We'll start off with something unique about Southwest Florida, and that's the geography of certain islands. And what's happening today is the wind is going to be out of the south, upwards of 30 miles per hour or higher with gusts. Right now, Alexandra is at Tarpon Bay Beach on Sanibel, and we're watching the bloom to the south because the wind is going to pick up those red tide toxins and blow them on shore right there at her location. And that wind today, already out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll see these gusts today really accelerate. Matter of fact, look at the computer model as it forecasts this afternoon, 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. That's getting up to tropical storm force strength. So a location such as Tarpon Bay Beach, we're looking at high red tide all the way throughout the day from sunrise all the way through sunset, where other locations such as the Naples Pier, we'll see it start off as moderate, increase throughout the day and peak later on this afternoon. So again, the geography on that red tide really playing a role in today's red tide forecast.
Trent, thank you. Public Works crews on Fort Myers Beach are now using this heavy equipment and machinery to clean up the increased amount of dead fish that are washing up on the shore there from the red tide.
Well, the city of Naples is also stepping up fish kill cleanup efforts. City leaders approved up to $100,000 to speed up this process. They say that cleanup will start this morning in the northernmost part of Venetian Bay and continue south to Naples Bay if needed.
Barefoot Beach is set to open back up tomorrow in Collier County. The access is on Bonita Beach Road, just south of Bonita Beach. The Naples Chamber of Commerce says parking and restrooms will be available there, but they say Barefoot Beach Park Preserve will stay closed.